papa and my kids. And Rick Fitla Kwakar on Chelle full tank. I think full tank at the time was like 600 rands or 800 or something like that. And that guy, I chella full tanky, but the light, that odometer thing.
Yes.
Ya dula so. Ya sebe so kare yo unropile o.
More.
Go over like it, yeah, you 10. It's like, hey, usho uchechi full tank. You know that guy? Anincha kamokoloing ari taubon ar.
It's full.
It's full. You know? And for me, that was, oh wow, I can even get a comfortable life.
Yes.
With this thing that I can work on.
Yes.
So I can get a better life with this thing that I can do something out of.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, so that was that. And
Yeah.
it remains a beautiful memory in my head.
I think it is also very inspiring, you know, the fact that you gave it a shot. And I think it speaks to the timing, also the importance of knowing when to stop and when to start something. Because I can imagine if you're still at your old job, you probably wouldn't have been able to make time to meet this guy in Pretoria because maybe you're stuck with deadline and all of that. So it was great that you left at a perfect time where God had aligned things ahead of you, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. So just going back to your sisters, you planning your sisters' weddings, right?
Yeah.
So your sisters just trusted you. They're like, you know, I'd do this for us. Or did you like volunteer and say, guys, I can do this?
They pulled me in. The first one pulled me in. Remember, I wanted to study marketing.
Yes.
And marketing comes with some level of creativity.
Yes,
so the creativity has always been there. And they knew in the house, or if we want to get things done, paint color in the house, which couch should be where, what, Mabutla is the person.
Okay.
So the creativity has always been there. So when my first sister got married, she knew or she wasn't going to be able to do this without me. And I'm a fast thinker. Like, I think
on the spot.
spot.
Love
and
that.
I'm a good negotiator. So she knew even though it's not my wedding, I know I'm going to say something. And whatever that I'm going to say will be to her advantage. So they pulled me in. And with them pulling me in, they didn't know or they're actually unlocking something in me that's going to now put me where I am. The second one, I remember, designer a dress that's sort of like a 2-in-1, where I remember telling the designer, or I want this dress to be a 2-in-1 so that she gets married with this. When she comes back, she puts this one on and it's a completely different dress altogether. And it still remains my best design ever.
Love
and
that.
Obviously the last one knew or she wasn't going to be able to do this. We are 16 months apart with my baby sister Kolofelo.
Okay.
So she trusts me. She trusts me with everything.
All right.
So, well, not everything, but most of the things in that department. So yeah, it was easy for them to pull me in because they knew.
Yes.
Or that's my space.
Okay. I really I feel like I love this also because it tells people at home that you can get qualifications all you want, but there is stuff that God-given talents, you know, because when God gave you the creativity, right, it's an inborn talent, and it took somebody unlocking it, you know. In a society that we live in, most of the time people feel like, okay, go to school, which is a good thing. Go to school, get education, but do not neglect your God-given talents. Because, yes, the other stuff, your professions or your qualifications may teach you certain things, but your God-given talents may actually be the reason you become a millionaire.
That's true.
They might be just the reason you break generational curses. So don't neglect that. Be able to make a bit of time to use your God-given talents, whatever it is, you know. I think eventually it can mature and turn into a business, you know, like you. So then now, okay, you've realized with that 35K to say, you know what, there's money here, we can do more. Then how do you start sourcing your other clients? And also, did you take yourself through a course, or you taught yourself everything you know?
Everything self-taught.
Wow.
Everything self-taught with making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. Honestly, I made a lot of mistakes.
Sure.
But I also have to say, I give credit and I give my appreciation to those people that believed in me, because it just takes one person to believe in me. How I grew the business, what I did is, that's when Facebook was now becoming a thing. And I don't know how it happened. I don't remember how it happened, but I think it was just a feeling of success, a feeling of, wow, I did this.
Sure.
A feeling of achievement. Thank you. That I felt like I needed to just share this with my people.
You shared it on Facebook.
And I shared it on Facebook. And after sharing it on Facebook, people started noticing me.
What trend?
That trend. Yo, the word trend reminds me of when I had a wedding couple Jack Bote's hall. This girl approaches me in the bathroom and says, "What's that? What trend? I get trend ki ing." What trend ki ing? Please, or ki dia ing? What trend am over Facebook lo ing. But that was now after ki berekishe Facebook to advertise myself. But by luck, you see, when they say when favor locates you, it will find you here.
Sure.
Don't go out looking for favor. Favor will
Yes,
find
it
you.
finds you where you are.
One day, in that wimpy
Era.
Yeah, I once said a wimpy era. In that wimpy era, I'm listening to Radio 2000 and there's an interview about weddings and there's this lady who's talking about weddings and wedding planning and this and that and the other. And I felt like she is, with all due respect, she is white. She is white. She is a white person. And I felt like she is not touching
on the important things.
The important things that affects us.
Yes.
That talks to us as
people of color.
People of color. And I remember calling, saying, I hear what the wedding planner in the studio is saying. However, as people of color, this is how we would do things.
Sure.
We don't just arrive and get out of the car and walk down the aisle. There are things that happen. Your aunts must come do whatever rituals that they have to do. Your uncles must do whatever you must be. And guys, if you are listening and you don't know how to get hold of me, my number is 072-290-9549. I'm going to say it again, 072-290-9549. And the presenter at the time, I forgot to reveal him, kept on saying, ma'am, keep busy now, 072.
You put yourself on. I love that.
At that time, the producers to Our Perfect Wedding are listening to the show, bruh.
Okay. Divine timing as well.
Immediately, favor located me. Immediately after hanging up, I got a call from them. And I did my first wedding on OPW. That went onto Facebook. That went nationally and now, in our neighboring countries. And my life just went...
Changed. I love
the first wedding I did, OPW. Akira, you asked me about how I got my business out there. The first wedding that I did, OPW was... I remember that lady only paid me 12,000 rand from me being used to receiving the 35,000 rand.
And then you had to go back.
I didn't go back by choice. That's all that she had, And I remember saying yes to her months before, not knowing what I'm going to need. Her wedding to be on OPW. It was a winter wedding. And they called me to plan this wedding for them. And then when now OPW wanted me to be on the show, they asked me, don't you have a wedding this weekend, ma'am? I'm like, I do, but it's not that nice. Yeah, I don't think what do you guys do again? What's going to happen? And they agreed to me doing that wedding. And the marketing side of me kicked in to say, she paid me 12K only, but I'm not going to give her a 12K wedding. I'm going to give her a wedding that's worth more than this because now I'm educated.
You are advertising your business also, so you can't give it bare minimum.
Can I tell you, that wedding took me to all these international countries that you guys see me going to. My first wedding at DRC was that wedding. My first wedding at Kenya, I think it was that wedding. Like most of the weddings in South Africa, while we are busy shooting that, the producer said to me, you did so well at such a short space of time. When is your next one? And I had another wedding in September or October. And that one...
it took you higher and higher.
And then they started now coming.
You know what? I also love how when you tell the story, it's like these times where you would need to sacrifice for that gift or for whatever purpose that God would have placed you on or in, right? Because when you think about it, another person could have said, yo, 12,000, go get a loan.
You know what that is?
Bring more money.
It talks to the spirit of discernment. Come on, guys, let's have the spirit of discernment.
True. Because, I mean, you could have easily lost that blessing. And I feel like sometimes we miss the blessing or we miss what we are supposed to get because we are not complying. Because you can imagine if you decided, no, 12,000, let me find another big wedding or whatever. You know, but God, it's like God humbled you to elevate you.
Yes.
Basically. Like
That's
I feel
so
like
true.
that's what happened there.
Yeah.
And it's really so good that you answered your call, because sometimes people don't answer the call or don't obey or what is instructed to them. But at least you said, you know what, it's 12,000.
Yeah.
If it means going in my pockets, I will do that because I understand that this purpose is bigger than me.
It is, hey. I have to add on to that to say sometimes we look down at people that are starting out,
Sure.
if not always.
Actually, most 98% of
Can
the
I
time.
tell you, as Mabutla gore ke mo kae ka that thing?
Yes.
That is a person who is coming in with fire, guns blazing, AK-47. That person will run you down, bruh. Because that person is coming in with really fresh ideas that are going to
Take
leave
the
you
world by the
crippled.
storm.
So that is someone that you need to be close to. Not close to put down, but close to see your,
Okay.
new trends are coming in. Oh, they don't do it like this. Oh, the language has now changed. It's no longer this, it's that. So people that are starting out are those that we actually need to be very wary of. And those are the people that you need closer because they are thirsty for information from you. You are also looking for something.
Fresh ideas.
Fresh ideas from them. Don't be afraid to approach a person that's starting out. It can be in makeup, can be with designing clothes, it can be with anything. But a person that is starting out, bruh, that is your best friend. That should be actually, I don't want to say mentor, but that should be someone that you look out or you watch out for.
Sure. I love that. You actually partially answered this. I wanted to ask you, how did you secure your first international wedding? But you sort of...
I did.
Yes, you've already answered it, right?
Did.
So now, how is the culture of planning weddings internationally and locally? How different is it?
Very different. Wow, that question comes. I was in Zimbabwe last week.
Yeah.
Attending the Destination Wedding Planners Congress.
Okay.
There were wedding planners from all over the world.
Really?
70 countries there. And South Africa was also there.
Okay. But was it many of you? Because I think...
There was lots of us.
Okay.
There was lots of us as wedding planners. Not so much from South Africans.
Yes. Because I was about to say that I feel like in South Africa, I don't know if it's an unconscious thing or it's just that people don't have access to information. I feel like there's certain things we don't take advantage of because I think a lot of South Africans are creative, but it could have been more. You know, there could have been more events planners, wedding planners from South Africa, but there wasn't much. I don't know if it's something that people look down on, like as you said the other time earlier, to say, you know, sometimes we look down on people that start up things because we think, you know, maybe she doesn't make money or it's not going to make money, you know. So I really think it should be a career that is more spoken about. You know, it should be a career that actually, even from university level, because I mean, it's good to have these careers that are noble. I'm an accountant, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. But if you look at it, now those careers don't even pay. We've got people with mental health issues. We've got people with money problems and stuff. While this, you can actually be a wedding planner, you know, travel the world, learn new languages, meet different people, and grow.
I'm going to go back to the DWP Congress. I was also exposed to how international countries work when it comes to the wedding space, wedding planning space to be specific. We are not yet at a position where everyone can afford a wedding planner. We are not at a position or in a position where everyone can say, I don't want to do this myself. I just want to arrive on my wedding day, or I just want to arrive for that dress fitting. Affordability still plays
a
big role.
Sure.
And it doesn't only play a big role in you being a bride, but it plays a big role globally as well. People that are in the UK, people that are, outside Australia, wherever, these people have been exposed to knowing that when I get married, I cannot do these things by myself.
Sure.
We need a wedding planner. While when we come to Africa, not South Africa, Africa, your mom plans your wedding.
That's true. That is so true.
So you don't need a wedding planner. Your mom plans it like, this is my daughter, this is my son. So the whole wedding planning life, the whole wedding planning thing wasn't introduced to us from way back.
Yes.
It's only been recently introduced to us, probably 20, 25 years ago, where it's now a known thing. And it wasn't even wedding planner where you, like me, I assist you to find your dress, your husband's suit, bridesmaids, who's making the dresses, who's doing your makeup, cake, blah, 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 blah. It was just someone who's just coming to decorate kadi chair cover.
Yes, that's true.
And that person would also, oh, you need a dress. Go here.
Yes.
Oh, you're looking for, go
It's
there.
always been informal.
Not, I am a planner. I am going to do planning only, not even coordinate, because there's a difference between a planner and a coordinator. So planning only. So it goes